Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back. Namaste. I am here today. This is the final tarot card of the year reading for today. And I'm going to look at the energy of the World card. This is a reflection of the cards that were drawn for you in December. And if you have been following along with this series, you will see that the order of the suits have been changed. And when I was doing these readings in December, quite spontaneously, I was reflecting on the World card, and in many different decks, including the Waite-Smith card, which I have here in hand. On the World card, we see the 4 fixed signs in the corners of the card. And so I have moved the cards to in the position that they are on this particular card. So the earth element is in the bottom left, and the water element is in the top right. Okay, so that's why the cards are in different positions than in other readings. I believe I did that as well too in one other reading. Okay. If you have not had an opportunity to hear the reading that was done in December 2022, it is linked below. And these are the same cards and a deeper reflection of how you might be working with that energy this year. Instead of a mandorla on the World card, we see the spiraling energy of a dragon, of life force, of water force, a yin and yang of fire and water, creating a portal through which you may step when you are ready. This is a card of beautiful completion. It's a card to honor all that you have done, all that you have moved through. And honestly, I see this card very much as one of celebration. The world circling at the far end, fragile patterns of life dissolve in the flickering light, internal rhythms of slow-moving waves breaking against the heavens, bound to no order and filled with the spirit of the wind. A figure appears, unveiled, dancing in the center to the point, the last sign before nothingness. This is an opportunity for you to embrace life. Embrace life in all its fullness. To stop and to love all that is around you. Before you move on. Before you move forward. And so if this is a year where you are questioning a departure of sorts, a retirement of sorts, this is the year to really take time to conclude your work, to wrap it up with style, to put full effort and energy into the beauty of all that you do. And in a way to lay down the doingness of it and allow Spirit to move through you, and know that this sense of winding things up in completion is completely guided. You are at the end of a cycle, and let that, and be grateful for that, because on the other side is new beginnings and a fresh start. And this can be, these tipping points can be kind of scary. but they really are beautiful. World is the 21st card. It is a 777. We've just come through a 777 portal. The Chariot is a 7 card, and the Chariot, if we look at that in terms of the major arcana in tarot, if you arrange them 777, it's this place in the tarot where we leave the personal and we step out to a whole other level. And so I really feel like this is the edge this year. This is the edge. This is the truly is the end point of a cycle. So thrive with what you have and enjoy all those that are around you. Grace is here. Preparation for the next step, perhaps, but more so being present, I think, is part of this as well too. The number 21 reduces to a 3, which also shows us the potential of the impending growth. 3 is a sign of creativity and blossoming and the immense potential that lies within you. And you can see the supporting card over here, Metamorphosis. And we'll get to the challenging card that's beside it in just a moment. And don't let the 10 of Feathers alarm you in any way. As I was intimating, the 10 of Feathers is a lying down of sorts. I no longer need to do. I can be and I can trust. The ego steps out of the way and I allow Spirit to move through me. Okay. Now, turning to the Son of Coins below there. This is from the words of Margaret Peterson. I have taken off the armor of my forefathers. I have taken off the armor of my forefathers. Feeling my way towards the inside, I have begun to loosen up the hardness of my muscles. Using the way of yogic wisdom, I surrender to my body, and my stereotypical world of ideas begins to dissolve. New connections are being made at the sacred bone at the end of my spine. And following the way of this power, I feel the soft and the weak. My boundaries are shifting. I think this is a key phrase here. My boundaries are shifting. The World card is connected to the planet of Saturn, which is the card of boundaries and borders and restrictions. And at one point, it was the furthest planet. It represented the end, the limits. And now we know there are other planets, bodies beyond that. And so there's this idea here of not only shifting boundaries, softening perceptions. This also may be a way of letting in those who you once chose not to let in, widening your circle. And this is a process of, and I use this phrase a lot, but raising the frequency of your circle, expanding your mind and your heart, your life. With respect and awareness, I open myself towards new encounters. And so the Son of Coins, you probably can't see in this artwork, is in a yoga pose called half Lord of the Fishes pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana. It's a seated twisting posture that wrings things out. It is it's a wonderful posture. And through the paradigm of yoga, the practice of yoga, we not only soften up the body, but we soften up the heart. We soften up the organs. And yoga might not be your thing. There might be other ways you begin to soften the edges and soften the boundaries. But this is it's a great way to look at this in terms of the world and the journey through and the next phase, the next step. The Virgin of Guadalupe is the Divine Mother who asks you to be in gratitude for all things and to be mindful of harmony and balance, the earth and your footprint. And then you have a protective ancestor in the card on the far left. Knight. So in this deck they're called suns. So we have a knight here and we have a knight here. Knights are on a quest. They're on a journey. They're moving through and they're moving forward. So it's as if you have received, and this may be subconscious, you have received a message, it's time to move on. To a great quest. A great quest. And look at the card to the far right. You know what this card reminds me of? The words say a charmed leap, if you can't read it. In the third Indiana Jones movie, there is a scene where, I think it's Indy, he takes a step into a chasm where there is no stone to cross to a cave on the other side. And this is what this reminds me of. It's like we need to trust that we will land. If you trust that you will land, you will land. And so while these journeys, these quests might seem, I don't know, like, wow, can I really do this? The answer is yes, you can. If you believe you can, you will. Perhaps a friend has invited you to walk the Camino in the fall. And you're researching, the shortest leg, the easiest leg. And your friend wants to walk all the way from A to B, which is further than you ever dreamed. But the truth is you can do it. And it would be so amazing for you to do that. So trust is really an important thing here. Now the elephant in the room. It's not an elephant, it's fire. And it's this card here. And I'm going to draw an extra card to try to bring some clarification around this Five of Flames. Because I'm able to weave this story of all of these cards together, of this theme for your year. But this Five of Flames just feels, this is transformation through fire, but I'm sensing there's something quite simple here. There's something burning inside of you. And I'm not sure if this is the reading that I talked about, digestive issues, maybe, but I don't really think that's it. I think there is just some long-standing argument. I feel that there's some unresolved, I'll call it chaos in your life. Manipura chakra. So this is hot. This is angry. This is confrontational. And perhaps this is what is preventing you from the next step. And this is very similar to the previous reading, because in the previous reading, what was preventing the transition of the Judgment card was lies. And here, there's something holding you back, and that has to do with fire. And yes, the Five of Wands can represent healthy competition. It can represent just a journey through fire. It can have good meaning, but I feel like here there's something that's unresolved that is really important to understanding this year. And so I'm going to draw another card to try to tap into what this might be for you. The extra cards I have been drawing from the Tarot of the Strange Branches. I'm loving the new edges on my deck. And then if you reflect upon the Fire card and then the Metamorphosis card on its right side, what I'm seeing here is that transition through that fire connects to the Metamorphosis. So let's get some information about this Five of Fire. Let this extra card give us more information about the energy of the Five of Flames, so that those who are working with the energy of the World card this year can make the next step in the weeks that lie ahead. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Four of Pentacles. This is a card of clinging, holding on. This doesn't really help me. Other than to say, you're holding on. Are you holding on to anger? Why are you holding on to anger? Why won't you release anger? Why won't you let it go? Is it not good for you? I want to share that there's a link below in a short ebook that I wrote many, many years ago about forgiveness and letting go. So you might want to read that. I just pulled another card because I'm a little bit. This is the Goddess of Swords, Truth. Truth. There is no indication that this needs to be revealed to an other. This is an inner release, an inner journey. The Son of Fire, coins, the Son of Coins releases through softening his body in yoga. And it's not interesting because I know some people think you strengthen your body through yoga, but there's this tension, softness and tension thing in yoga that's so important. Again, the yin and the yang principle. The Son of Cups, the Son of Cups releases in a different way. The Son of Cups says, I feel sad and try to... Oh, maybe there's an answer here. Let me read this whole paragraph to you. Or part of it anyway. I am floating upon the waters of self-remembering, like the leaf of a flower. In the darkness of night, I can feel the sea bottom, and the architecture of my thoughts become blurred. During the day, the sharp knife of my mind has separated me. I feel sad and try to hide it. Dusk brings me peace. Control sleeps and I... Control sleeps. Aha. Aha, aha. Okay, so here we also have control sleeps. And I dare to jump. Through the reflections. I allow myself to fall. My armor becomes soft and scaly. Following the tracks of thousands of tiny air bubbles, I sink down to the bottom, melting into that which awaits me. All right, so it is difficult to let go. I honor that. I really do. Perhaps there are so many ways to begin to release this. And you may need help, you may need support, some sort of a coach, a guide to help you. But know that it is possible. It is possible to release this, to be honest enough with yourself that if I want to move forward, then I must name this and feel this. It no longer serves. It no longer serves. And with the release of this, then I will find contentment in my surroundings. I will be able to be more present and joyful with all those who surround me and my environment. And then I will be able to move on to the next phase, the next stage, the new beginning. So this is a bit of a process, okay? As always, be kind to yourself, and if you need support, please reach out. Please reach out. Okay? Thank you very much for being here. Namaste.